Hello, my name is Sydney Ho, and this is my intro to supply chain report on Nike. Okay, so just a little bit of an introduction. It was formerly known as Blue Ribbon Sports until it became Nike. It was founded by the University of Oregon's track and field coach, Bill Bowerman, and former student Phil Knight in 1964. Its worldwide network consists of over 500 factories in over 40 different countries as they outsource all of their manufacturing from third-party independent contractors. So in 2014, the brand was valued at $19 billion, making it the most valuable brand in sports business, which is pretty crazy. And then in 2017, the brand grew over $10 billion in value and was ranked number 89 in the Fortune 500 list in 2018. Using third-party resources, Nike has become a multi-billion-dollar company with lean supply chains, but they do have some issues which we are going to talk about today. But first, we're going to talk about Nike's supply chain. So Nike is said to be one of the pioneers of the manufacturing outsourcing strategy. They outsource all of their manufacturing from third-party independent contractors. This allows Nike to drive efficient production and lean manufacturing through optimal processes. So about 95% of the factories are in Vietnam, Indonesia, and China. This allows them to cut lots of overhead costs as they do not own their own factories. This also allows them to save about 15 cents per unit compared to the traditional distribution model, which is huge. Nike has also been continuously improving on their environmental impact and looking for more sustainable options. So obviously outsourcing has given lots of opportunities to Nike to retain its high profits and competitive advantage in the footwear and athletic apparel industry. This is just a little space I forgot to cut out. But anyways, by shifting their manufacturing base from high-cost labor production countries to low-cost countries, they can cut almost up to 70% of their costs and then invest those additional profits into other areas of their business. Nike can also become more competitive with their price of their products because of these reduced costs, giving them a more competitive edge, and also reduced taxes because of their outsourcing strategies. With outsourcing, Nike also has challenges they face, the biggest one being lack of transparency working with overseas companies and factories. Because there's been a lack of transparency, the term sweatshops has been following Nike around for a little bit, which means like low wages, low conditions, some child labor, which is not good for Nike's reputation. Nike is said to have a code of conduct, but it's really hard to know if that code of conduct is being implemented in their factories overseas because they have no visibility and no transparency on that end. So with the lack of transparency also comes with the lack of control, as most managers are often able to control everything firsthand when things are local. When things are overseas, that luxury is lost when your factory is thousands of miles away and it's hard to kind of know what's going on. So sometimes that the quality can suffer, the production schedules may be disrupted, contractual disagreements may develop, all those problems. So some recommendations of how we can fix this, one being the integrated risk management system, which basically helps improve decision-making, performance with an integrated view, and it kind of makes everybody aware of all the risks involved. And both parties struggle to align priorities. This system allows both sides to contribute to greater transparency levels. So with this, the customer might regulate more expectations, establishing a governance framework, establishing expectations in contract terms and things like that, while the providers might consider things like streamlining key performance indicator reports and making things more efficient to meet the customer expectations. Another idea is implementing a quality management system. This is basically helps coordinate and direct the organization's activities to meet the customer and regulatory requirements to improve effectiveness and efficiency. With the system, they would be able to communicate data instantly and give real-time improvements and kind of overall oversee more of what's happening so that they can improve their production processes. Nike would also be able to run more inspection, audits, keep track of scorecards and documents, and overall just have more control over what's happening. So yeah, that's basically an overview on the lean supply chain that Nike has and where they can improve. And that's it. So thank you.